First, we'll let Peter answer the question that is on all our minds. What should we think when school's not working for a kid? How do we even think about it? Why is it that school doesn't work for all kids, Peter? Take it away.
Yeah, so the focus of a lot of my research and writing is on the idea that children come into the world biologically designed to educate themselves. So I'll start there in addressing your question of why school doesn't work. So what is that biological design? If anybody who's watched a child and paid any attention to a child should be able to guess what it is. It's no mystery. Children come into the world burning with curiosity. You can't stop them from learning unless you lock them in a closet. As soon as they're born, as soon as their eyes can fixate, they're already looking around, trying to figure out the world around them. You have to baby-proof your house. Why? Because your baby wants to get into everything, wants to explore everything, wants to learn about everything. Baby drops things on the floor, not to be naughty, but to see what happens if you drop it on the floor. Children, think of all that children learn before we ever think of trying to teach them in any deliberate way. Of course, nowadays we're starting to try to teach them in deliberate ways earlier and earlier and earlier, which is a sad thing. But think of what children used to learn before they ever started school. Back in the day when they didn't start school until the age of 5 or 6, they already had learned their entire native language. They had learned an incredible amount about the physical world around them and the social world around them. A good deal of what they'll ever know, they've already learned by that age. So children come in curious, they come into the world playful. So curiosity is how children explore the world and find out what's there. It's how they acquire knowledge. Play is how children acquire skills. Play is doing things, and children are biologically designed to play in all the different kinds of ways that lead them to acquire the kinds of skills that human beings everywhere need to acquire. So curiosity, playfulness, sociability. Children come into the world wanting to connect with other people, and part of connecting with other people is paying attention to what they're doing, listening to them, trying to figure out what they know. Is when they can ask questions, starting to ask questions, wanting to share their knowledge with other people. So I could go on with some other instincts, but these are the most obvious instincts that children come into the world with, and they've been shaped over the course of natural selection for the purpose of education. So what do we do when we send kids to school? We shut all these off. Curiosity becomes a disruption. The questions of the curriculum are not the questions of the child. They can't be. There's 30 kids in the classroom, or even if there's just 20 kids in the classroom, they're all curious about different things. There's no way you can try to teach them all at once by using their curiosity. So what you do is you try to teach them all the same thing, which means that you're suppressing curiosity. Play, if it exists at all, and it exists less and less today than it ever did in the past in school, is called recess, a break from learning rather than learning in itself. And sociability, children's desire to help one another, is cheating, right? So interestingly, you take these natural self-educative instincts and you simply obliterate them in school. And what are you doing? You're teaching children that these things don't count. Your own questions don't count. Play is just trivial. Sociability, yeah, you know, that's fine, but it doesn't have anything to do with education. And helping is cheating. It is all about your own personal advancement. It's not about connecting with other people.